fam? We back in the garage. It's a nice day today. I was thinking about popping this door open and going outside, talking about this car a little bit, but it's sounding super windy outside, so I don't even know if we're gonna be able to do that. I might try it and see what happens, but no promises. I would love to because it's beautiful outside. I can catch a few more hours of this sun, or maybe an hour, I don't know. But we'll see what happens. Be right back. So I got the door open. As you can see, it's very nice outside, but it's super windy and I think it's gonna mess up my audio. So I'm just gonna go ahead and close the door. We're gonna roll this B-roll and then we're gonna talk about some things. All right, so see you in a sec. So I'm thinking about doing something a little different, at least for me anyway. I'm a tattoo artist, so I'm used to tattooing and being quiet. I just get in my zone and I don't talk. I'll check on them every once in a while, but for the most part I'm pretty quiet. So what I'm gonna attempt is to put the intake manifold back on, talk about that a little bit, and talk about what is really going on under the hood here because there's a lot that I missed when I was like briefly explaining in the previous videos, but I'm gonna try and go into a little bit more detail. And as you've seen from the previous clips, this thing came a long way, and we're just gonna keep going, keep pushing, and you already know the rest. Alright, I don't know if y'all can hear me from way over there, but this is what we got. This is a skunk too. Let me see if I can get that in the camera. Anyway, I'll show some pictures of it. Skunk 2 intake manifold, it's Pro Series. I also have the Skunk 2 Alpha. This is I believe a 70mm throttle body to go with it. I've got the Type R throttle cable bracket right there, so I could have room to clear. I got the AEM fuel rail, AEM fuel pressure regulator. I got a tri-state. Let me get that in the camera. Sorry, I'm new to this camera thing, but tri-state motorsports, fuel pressure gauge, brand new sensor, brand new injectors. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on real quick, talk to you about what's under this hood. I got the cat on a mission right now. Appreciate it, my baby. Did you find it? No? Alright. Basically, I've got my nuts here. Pause. I dropped one when I was taking the intake off, so I'm looking for it, and I guess the cat seen me looking for it, so now she's looking for it, but she really doesn't know she's looking for it. She's just looking where I'm looking, so I guess I'm gonna have to get me a magnet and fish around down there and see if it's sitting somewhere, if it hasn't hit the floor. I do have some cardboard sitting under there, so it might be sitting on top of the cardboard, but we shall see. For now, I'm gonna put this on, put these nuts on. So now that we got this back on, it's not tight or anything. I just got the bolts held on there, just hand tight. No need to tighten them all the way because it's just gonna come right back off. I didn't even bother taking the tape off. I still got other stuff over here taped off. The reason it's taped off is because I had to do some drilling over here. I needed to make a hole because I snapped off an old bolt because it was rusty, and I need to, mount up my brace for my BrakeMaster cylinder. Honed does make a brace for their BrakeMaster cylinder, but they were all sold out on the website, so I went with the Eagle brand. I'll probably drop a picture or put up a picture right here, and it works. I've had it mounted up. It was only held on by one screw because the other one snapped off, but you know, now that I have the hole there, I can go on the back side and put the nut on the bolt, and we'll be good to go. I'll do that for both of them. That way they'll be, you know, tight, and you know, this will be nice and sturdy. All right, what's next? Let's see. Alright, so I didn't make a vlog about it, but I got my custom bent brake lines back here. I did these myself. It was my first attempt. All I did was use a spool of brake line that I've had sitting around for a long time, and I basically used that to run straight line, you know, underneath the car a long time ago when I first got the car down here from Jersey. I'll have to go over that story also, but I didn't plan on making this part of the brake lines, but now that I got the honed kit on here, I needed to make brake lines to fit because the other ones didn't line up, you know, with the position now being turned. So that, sorry I didn't vlog that. If anybody wants pictures or anybody wants details, maybe I'll make another one explaining the whole process. But moving on, back here you can't see it. I got some pictures of it though. Is the Chase Bay power steering delete kit. A lot of people do the loop, but I heard over time with the loop it ends up messing up the whole system. So I went with the can. They said it relieves pressure a little bit more than just, you know, the loop. So I went with it, and you know, I like parts. Nice parts. I've always been a Chase Bay fan, so there we go. What else back here? We got the oil catch can that is upgraded with these hoses. I believe I got these from O'Reilly or AutoZone, one of the two. One of those auto stores, but I had to upgrade the hoses because the ones that came with it, in all the reviews, they said they were too thin, and with heat they started getting flimsy, so I went with the thicker hose that's going to be able to take the heat. I don't really expect too much oil going through that system, but just in case, I don't want anything melting, I don't want anything getting flimsy, starting to look weird, and it looks a whole lot better with that instead of some clear green garden hose looking stuff. I'll try and put a picture of what the original hose looked like right here. Alright, moving on. We got some braided fuel line. I'm gonna do another vlog when I do the fuel line. I don't even know what to call it. Like it's already been done. I'm just gonna do it over again, make it nice and clean. So we'll see that on a later one. What's next? Moving on over here to the passenger side. We've already went over the catch can. Down here is where I moved my battery terminal. So when I run my power from my battery to my starter, and from my battery up here to the fuse box. I'm still debating on if I want to move the fuse box or not, but basically my new terminal is down there and it's out of the way, and I like it. I can't wait to finish, you know, running the rest of the wires and making it nice and clean. And I do need to get a new engine harness because this old stock one, sorry you can't even see it. Let me see if I can. No, it ain't gonna let me do it. Anyway, this old stock harness needs to go. It just looks ugly in here, and when I clean the rest of this out, I want that to look as clean as possible. What else? We got skunk 2 hoses down here for the radiator. We have a shorty radiator instead of the full size up here in the front. I don't even know if you can see this far in the camera, but I don't even know what name brand this is. I don't even remember where I got it from, but the original hoses were blue. Were they blue? They were blue or red, one of the two. I know I've upgraded a couple of times, and it took me a minute to find the actual Skunk 2 ones that I needed to fit. So now we have those. Still looking for options on my radiator. I don't know if I want to keep this little one or if I want to go full size. I do not know yet. We shall see in the future. I definitely want to upgrade the fan. This fan works. I never had any real overheating issues. The only problem I ever had was with the transmission. If I sat in traffic, my clutch would get hot and start slipping. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Definitely upgrade the clutch. But here we also have a PLM motor mount. I want to get the one for the front here. That's a lot slimmer. The chassis brace. There's another one that goes on the driver's side that mounts up to the AC bracket, and I found a AC bracket the other day at the junkyard, but it's the wrong size, so I gotta hunt down an AC bracket that fits, or just don't even worry about that side and just brace this side. Back there I do have a rear mount that needs to go on here, and yeah, I got all of that back in the box somewhere that needs to be replaced. We have a PLM header up here in the front. I wrapped this because I do want to try and keep the heat down as much as possible. It's another reason why I'm trying to keep the front as clean and open as possible. What else? Alright, I couldn't deal with the tripod thing anymore. I couldn't give y'all the view that I wanted to give y'all. So now I can talk about, what's really under here, like the traction bar down there, the PLM header that I wrapped, the hardware that I upgraded on the exhaust side. I still gotta upgrade the hardware on the intake side, but we'll get there. I have a Skunk 2 VTEC case down there. You can't really see that, but I told you I'm a Skunk 2 fan. PLM mounts on this side. I do want to get the PLM chassis mount right there, or transmission to chassis mount. I don't really know what you want to call it, but they do make one that's a lot thinner than that, and I have mounts that go into there. They're Hasport mounts, and I can't put them on until I get that. I can use the stock one, but it's huge. Look at it. Wait till I get the new one. You'll see the difference. That'll be another video. But what else we got going on over here? I want to get the plugs over here that cap that off. Eventually, I'm gonna run these wires somewhere. I'm definitely thinking about relocating that also, just to clean up that corner. I want all of this to be as clean as possible and still be a beast, for as long as I can, keep it a beast. I still got that K over there. I want to put it in the Beamer, but I don't know. I might go to the junkyard and grab another one and, maybe build two. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I've gone over pretty much everything over here. Missed a few little ins and outs, but if you want to know like deeper stuff that I haven't gone over, there's other YouTube channels that go over stuff like the VTEC conversion, go over stuff like how to wrap your header. Maybe when I do another header, I'll do another wrap job and show y'all how to do that. But for now, I'm not gonna go in depth with every little thing that I've done. There's people out there who've done this a gazillion times. It's a B series. That's old news now. But I do like the new stuff that I have connected to this old news. But I really wanted to get into a little history, a little background. I showed the pictures, but I didn't really talk about the background of this thing. It looks way different. Like, all of this is way different than what it was when I first got it. It was from Jersey, New Jersey to be exact, for people who don't know what Jersey is. It was rusted out, still got a lot of rust going on. The frame here is bent You can see right there, it's got that nice kink in it. Definitely had damage on the passenger side over there. It's got a little kink in the frame over here, right there. So it's been through it, you know. Like I said in previous videos, it's a RS, but look, they've put a sunroof on it, so I got to get rid of that. Yeah, I've done a whole lot. I had to cut out the rear. The rear was rusted. All the lines that run under the car were rusted. On the way down here, the clutch went out on the stock setup. We made it from Jersey to Virginia. We live in North Carolina, so we were about an hour away from home when it went out. It had to sit there for a few days. We got a mechanic out there to do the work. I would have done the work myself, but I had no place to do it at, and I couldn't do it where it was sitting. It was like at a flea market where we had it pulled over. But what else have I done? There's been a lot taken off of this car, and there's been a lot swapped in this car. It used to have the tan interior. Now it's got the black or the dark gray interior from the GSR. What else? Back hatch, that's been swapped out. I believe the windshield wipers were swapped out. Of course, the suspension, the wheels, all the brake lines, everything's been upgraded. Yeah, it's pretty much like a brand new car underneath, except for like the rust spots, but you know, we'll get there. It'll be clean eventually. A lot of this stuff on this car is, you know, not just to be flashy, but it actually has a purpose. I started going flashy. As you can see, I got my mirror up there, which is meant for a purpose, but I went flashy with the stickers. My interior with the green and the little BMX shifter. I was, you know, trying to be a little stylish, but it's eventually going to get switched to, you know, all racing stuff. But for now, it's still going to be pretty much a street car, just with, you know, some modifications to it. Yo, so I believe we're gonna wrap this up. I don't really have too much more to do under the hood over here, so let's see. I don't know what we got in store for the next one. We'll think about it, but for now, y'all hit me up in the comments, hit that like button, do the subscribe thing, and stay tuned. I'll probably post some shorts. I'll probably be posting on Instagram. You know, stick around, you'll see what's up next, and maybe we'll switch it up. I don't know, very soon. Like I said, once it gets warm out and we can pop this garage open, we'll do some other things, you know, get away from the Integra for just a little bit, show you some of the other cars that we got going on, maybe go visit some friends of mine or family. We'll see what happens. But for now, I'll talk to y'all later. Deuce.